23 alongside Go-Go Boots. I am Star Spangled Hammer, and we've got some MRDA action coming at you as the St. Louis Gatekeepers take on the San Diego Aftershocks.
Yep, it is set to be a fantastic matchup between these two teams. If you aren't aware of these two teams, San Diego will be playing in the red and the Gatekeepers in their classic green. Shall we go through these MRDA rosters? For San Diego Aftershocks, we have 1134, Just Dave. Number 12 is Slug. 124 is CBD Hits. 126 is Lambo Arfites. 132 is Ezra Pound. 20 is Murder. 215 is Boo Gugogi. 23 is Quasimoto. 28 is Death Down Under, 333 True Blocker, 35 Sharknado, 50 Mr. Taco, 68 Diamond, 69 Dr. B, 78 T-Dog, 91 Grandmaster Smash, and 92 is Slick Shoes.
All right, we are underway.
We got Dr. B jamming for San Diego, and I believe that is Soul.
Wow, walking the tightrope right off the bat.
Soul with his twinkle toes.
Yeah.
Just holding that inside line, outside line, rather.
So I'm going to give you the Gatekeepers roster real quick. That's 260 Spin Diesel, 101 Blint, 12 Shred a Stare, 1691 Jammy Pacquiao, 1990 Yoshi Denali, 30 Traumahawk, 31 Lil Nas Slapex, 386 Soul, 39 Eevee, 394 Jar Jar Bwinks, 5150 Hulk, 55 Static Shock, 57 Monster Jam, 6 Sir Nix-a-Lot, 708 Badger the Witness, 787 Adam Midwest, 9 Cat Daddy, and the coaches Double XL, Downtown Dallas, and Aaron Go Brawl.
We also have got to mention the coaches for San Diego. We have Calican Bay and Cheeseburger as their coaches.
Cheeseburger.
And it looks like we already have a timeout.
Well, you know, it's Derby. We like to get some timeouts out of the way early.
I think it might be an official referee little break. Just letting them have a reset, a little breath.
So that is Shred a Stare out there jamming for the Gatekeepers.
And CBD Hits for San Diego. Last blocker is to get round. That was 68. Diamond Butt. Shred is out. Shred a Stare around with 4 points.
So Diamond's going to head to the Permobile penalty box for San Diego. I think some more penalties being assessed. Yep, looks like Eevee's heading to the box.
So she Shred a Stare, a nice little bit of O from Sir Nix-a-Lot. And looks like we've got everyone spread out on that pack. And Shred a Stare just opening that door and then getting it closed right down and going, yep, this is time. I'm calling it.
Yeah, so 4 scoring passes there for Shred a Stare, a 16-point jam.
I mean, because we're 2 jams in, it's the highest scoring jam so far, but we'll see if that holds.
Well, I mean, we're only 2 in, so.
Yeah, we're only 2. But we've also had a timeout already.
Yeah, this is fair. This is fair. So it's going to be Jammy Pacquiao out there for St. Louis, and I think that's
Grandmaster Smash.
There we go, yeah.
My eyesight is terrible, so even with the numbers like fully visible, I can't see them.
Ooh.
We got some heavy hits going on at the moment. No, neither jammer is out just yet. Murder delivering a little hit. Jammy going, you know what, I'm just gonna reset just in case. Nice hit there by Diamond. But Jamie seeing that inside line and hopping through. Meanwhile, we have Grandmaster Smash on a scoring pass.
So just not quite enough time there for San Diego to get their blocker out of the box.
But we also have a gatekeeper in the box right now, so we've got a 3-3, no advantage for either team.
Yoshi's been bad. He's sitting in the box. So it'll be Static Shock out there for St. Louis. I believe that's Dr. B.
And, you know, we saw that nice hug on the line because both teams are loving getting the opportunity to play with one another this weekend. We've had a high level of sportsmanship from all of the teams, which has been fantastic to see.
A truly lovely weekend of Derby.
It has been phenomenal. If you haven't been in-house, you know, next time there is a big tournament nearby to you or one that you can get to, come down, enjoy the action live. And talking of action, we have some hard hits going on right now. Everyone just smashing into one another. Jar Jar Binks being the last line of defense. I think Static Shock was being made aware that he had been assessed lead. Didn't manage to call it off before San Diego picked up a nice 3-point pass there. Current score stand, San Diego 5, St. Louis Gatekeepers 17. For those who like the math side of things, that is a 12-point differential.
I am glad you are here to do the math because I don't maths.
I don't maths very well, but when there's 5s and 0s, I'm actually okay.
Good news is my shoes are easy to take off today, so if I do need to count.
Okay. We've got some extra fingers and toes.
Yes.
It's all good.
So it'll be David Soul out there for St. Louis.
And that is CBD hits. And those gatekeeper blockers are just gluing themselves to Soul. Looks like we have a star stash going on. Monster Jam bringing the jammer back to turn 1. Lambo trying to offer the assist there. I don't know if that came to a natural conclusion.
I think it may have.
Gatekeepers with 8 on the board, bringing it up to a 20-point differential. 5 for San Diego and 25 for Gatekeepers.
And another timeout.
Seeing if this one is a team timeout.
Don't forget, we've got 2 more silent auctions today. You can check those out over on the table next to the grandstand, the stadium seating. 2 great print packages from Create and Skate Factory. So go on over and get your silent bids in. We'll be announcing the winners of those at halftime of this game. So
you still got 23 minutes to get that bid in.
You do. 23 and change.
Also, if you haven't got any merchandise yet, there are teams that want to go home with empty suitcases. I know for certain Crime City, they definitely don't want to have that excessive baggage going back on an international flight. I think probably Montreal as well might suffer from excessive baggage with that. So make sure that you are buying some merchandise from all of the teams this weekend. Let's be fair, you need another roller derby t-shirt.
I mean, who doesn't?
No. If not, I'm sure there's like some hats or maybe a bag. I think Crime City even had a scarf you know, for those cold, chilly nights when you're not skating.
Don't forget, if you're here or watching from St. Louis on the stream, the after party tonight is at Bar PM on Broadway. Keep your wristband for drink discounts. There will be food provided. Karaoke starts at 7, and we have an exclusive party room.
Ooh.
That's right. Bar PM is a fantastic venue. We're going to have a good time there tonight.
I mean, if you're not having a good time in St. Louis, what are you doing?
I mean, I may be biased, but I don't know. You just need to be better if you're not having fun.
Yeah. I also want to make sure that a massive shout out is given to all of the volunteers this weekend. Everyone has been superb, so phenomenal. I know the host leagues, both Arch and Gatekeepers, have been looking after you guys very well, but we want to make sure that everyone is saying thank you. So if you see a volunteer at, say, the after party, maybe buy them a beverage, maybe say thank you, maybe a high five if they like a high five.
So back in action, we've got Cat Daddy for the St. Louis Gatekeepers, Grandmaster Smash out there for San Diego.
I have been trying to think of a lot of cat-based puns for his name. You know, like he's scratching his way through the
Yes.
pack, and what a perfect jam.
Ooh,
You know,
I like that one.
Cat Daddy is your lead jammer.
Ooh.
Nice hit there. That was from Boo Gogi. Lovely apex jump there, but did we get points for San Diego?
So 2 3-point passes there for Cat Daddy. So 6 total on that jam.
Okay.
Edges the lead out to 31-5.
Looks like we have Dr. B and Shredder Stare on the jam line. Monster Jam was just immediately in there for the offense. Spin Diesel also making sure that his hips are known to everyone.
Haven't seen any unnecessary handstands this weekend, though.
Well,
likes to
the
do that.
night is young.
This is true. This is true.
Yoshi trying to get in one last hit. Shred with the call off. We saw a bunch of whistles going on there, so
Yeah.
maybe somebody was getting sent to the penalty box at the same time.
Looks like we had 2 gatekeepers in the box, Adam Midwest and Monster Jam.
Two naughty blockers.
Yeah.
They're going to sit down and think about what they've done.
They need to reflect on the ramifications of their actions.
So currently San Diego with a 4-2 pack advantage. We'll see how that plays out. CBD hits is the jam for San Diego. And a Static Shock just came out of nowhere. Looks like a back block being assessed to Sir Nix a lot, so we're going to have some rotating blockers in and out of the penalty box.
So 3 points on that pass, a 7-point jam there for Static Shock and the St. Louis Gatekeepers.
Gatekeepers just inching up their points right now. It held San Diego to 0 for several jams now. One thing that I've been talking about a lot this weekend is clock management. And when you have lead, you're able to control that game. And a lot of the jammers are being very strategic with when they're calling it off. instead of like scrambling for that extra last point, they're like, I would rather not succeed a point to this other player.
Yeah. So another official timeout, and I wish I could get some statistics. I would love to see how many multi-pass scoring jams the GKs have just in general, because in most of the games you watch, you see a lot of 4-point jams, call it off, 4-point jams, calls off. I don't remember seeing much of that. It's almost always like a 4 and then a 3 or a 4 and a 2. Like they almost always manage to get 2 scoring passes in before calling off the jam, and it would be really interesting to see some numbers on that.
Hopefully, we can do a post-game analysis at the after party with some.
Again, I think we're talking math, and I don't maths.
But stay in school, kids, so you can learn to be an announcer and do the math for us.
So it's going to be Jamie Pacquiao on the line for St. Louis. I believe that's Dr. B out there for the Aftershocks.
Jamie Pacquiao has been having a really, really good weekend. It's got a lot of jukiness and just agility to try and just smoothly pass around blockers. But right now, San Diego has everyone locked down. And that fantastic hit from Lambo for that offense means that we have a lead jammer for Dr. B. Dr. B, an attempted apex jump, but not quite sure if it was successful. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to risk going to the box.
Yeah. So evidently it was successful. They gave him all 4 points.
But you can never be too careful.
Yeah.
Because we all know that a jammer that is in the box is not able to score any points. And they're like, stay out of that. I know. It used to be that you got the extra point for a jammer in the box, though.
Yeah.
RIP the 5-point jam. And we have Sol out and is lead jammer. Meanwhile, Grandmaster Smash is Grandmaster Smash is in the penalty box. I feel like the announcer's curse might have played something to do with that.
Can't take you anywhere.
No.
So the first power jam of the game goes to St. Louis. Sol already with 4, looking to add to his total. Another 4 there. Oh. Aftershocks jammer heading right back to the box for a back block on 5150 Incredible Hulk.
So this will be a power jam start in favor of St. Louis Gatekeepers. That's a 10-point jam for David Sol. I also got told by David that he wanted to give a shout out and say, I love you, Jill. Because his wonderful lady is at home currently, not able to watch in-house, but he loves you. I also love you, Jill, and I wish that you were here to give you a big hug, but it just means I have to come back to St. Louis.
Yes. All right, about to get underway. CBD hits out there for San Diego, Cat Daddy for St. Louis. If you're just joining us, Gatekeepers in black, San Diego in red.
Cat Daddy just trying to get past that last blocker.
So Cat Daddy through, but he does not secure lead jammer. And now we're going to have a track cut call on CBD hits. So another power jam here for St. Louis.
But they don't have lead. So
Correct.
this will be going for the full 2 minutes.
And I can tell you, every blocker I know loves a 2-minute jam. They love it.
Well, we currently have 3 players for San Diego in the penalty box.
Well,
2 blockers and a jammer.
Well, they're cheating. They're resting over there while everybody else has got to play for 2 minutes. That's not nice. It's like they were rewarded.
They were like, yeah, you know, I'm a chill out here. Oh, that looks like a 3-point pass for Cat Daddy.
So the power jam comes to an end as CBD Hits re-enters the pack.
We're talking about things that blockers love. When you are the lone blocker on track, blockers absolutely love being that person. Especially if it's a power jam. They're like, yeah, let me be that one point to defend. Feels like a lot of acrobatics right now. A lot of people like sliding down and then getting up again. So we have a couple of people on the stream letting us know that they missed jammer points. And somebody saying to blame Archer's own Code Adam for the lack of jammer points. So
you know who does not miss jammer points? Jam refs. Jam refs do not miss jammer points.
no, jam refs are like, this makes my life that much easier. And I say that much easier because it's incredibly hard to referee.
Yes. Yeah, speaking of which, a big shout out to our ref crews here this weekend. They have been absolutely phenomenal.
Yep, we cannot do this without the referees and the NSOs ably assisting everything that is going on.
I mean, we could, but it would be absolute pandemonium.
I don't want to watch that.
No.
I would not want to watch that. What I do want to watch is Shredder Stare on that power jam.
So another power jam, as mentioned, for St. Louis. Shredder Stare shredding the pack.
Do you think Shredder Stare and Cat Daddy have, you know, a thing going on with the shredding? You know, cats like to shred and...
Power jam comes to an end as Dr. B re-enters the pack. Shredder Stare, meanwhile, 3rd scoring pass so far.
Shred also lead.
And it looks like Shredder Stare is going to pick up a high block.
Was lead, but not for much longer.
Yeah.
I might need to stay quiet on some of these.
So now a power jam goes San Diego's way. See what Dr. B can do with that. Got about 30 seconds left to go in this jam. It'll go the full 2 minutes.
And keeping that outside line clear, Dr. B getting around. San Diego 8 points on that, with Gatekeepers on 15. Looks like a timeout is being called. I think that is, I think we indicate, oh, and I think it's an official review. We will never speculate on an official review because we'll probably get it wrong.
I will, but I won't tell you guys.
What we will speculate on is, you know, what drinks these referees might be wanting at the bar later. You know, what they're going to be wanting at the after party.
I'm thinking they're going to want anything that's cold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like an ice cold beverage, either alcohol or non-alcohol.
Mocktails are the big thing these days.
They are.
Yeah.
They've actually, I've recently seen a lot of non-alcoholic spirits.
Yeah.
So you can get like non-alcoholic gin or non-alcoholic tequila.
Yep.
Some of these sound more appealing than others. I don't feel, for me, non-alcoholic tequila would have quite the same effect, mostly because I only like tequila when it's mixed with other things. So the clock is stopped at 12 minutes and 57 seconds. St. Louis Gatekeepers are in the lead with 78 points, San Diego with 20. And nearly half of those points were just scored in that last jam.
Are you looking to relocate to St. Louis because the Derby is so rad? Then hit up Arch Real Estate and get their staff looking for some prime real estate here in the St. Louis area. That's Arch Real Estate, one of the real estate agents, none other than our very own Ninja Sassum, one of the refs here at Sibling Rivalry.
Honestly, if I were to move to St. Louis, I would 100% be saying, Ninja, you are the one that needs to find me a house.
Not gonna lie, she has found several homes for skaters who have migrated to the St. Louis area.
So it looks like the benches are being made aware of the outcome of that official review. And if we do get a referee over here, we will gladly provide that information.
So they're looking for.
I tried to hand a referee a microphone, but they are not very happy with it. But you can tell us, and I will.
When the black jammer left, they're looking for a high block. There's no contact to the head, so no call.
So they, San Diego was looking for a high block when there was a jump from the black jammer. However, there was no contact made, so that means that San Diego has lost their official review.
So Static Shock, your lead jammer, and it's a power jam. Is Grandmaster Smash sent to the penalty box. Looks like a forearm call.
Monster Jam just disrupting that wall, and see Gatekeepers swarming.
Quasimodo now headed to the Permobile penalty box for a track cut.
Getting lots of whistles right now. I think we see another blocker going into the penalty box. And more whistles. I think we might be about to see, yeah, we have the jammer going back into the box. San Diego looking to have a little bit of penalty trouble right now.
So this is going to be one of those interesting starts because San Diego currently has two blockers in the box, one standing. Lambo has to report to the box. Since one of the blockers is standing, he can take a seat. So there's going to be one blocker for San Diego. Power start for Jamie Pacquiao. And
that one blocker, though, is Murder, who I always say has the brightest smile in the MRDA.
I also want to take an opportunity here to point out that you recently mentioned the whole thing about being the lone blocker on the track.
Yes.
And now this is what we're looking at, is the lone blocker on the track.
Yeah,
so
I definitely need to stop making comments like this. But we have the entire crowd cheering for Murder, whose smile is brighter than the sun.
Yeah.
Always looks like she's having the best time.
All right, about to get back underway.
And it looks like we have a corridor. Murder actually making contact. And prepping to make sure that life is not easy for Jamie Pacquiao.
So a couple blockers back in for San Diego.
Currently all trying to reform, make sure.
Power jam comes to an end.
And fantastic reforming there from San Diego. Looks like we have a green and a red blocker going into the box. Looked like Lambo was doing a little toe-stop dance at the back there. Look at me! Just making sure that that jammer was behind him.
So I do believe there was another blocker penalty called on Murda at the end of that jam.
Okay.
So once one of the, she'll have to stay on the track. Once one of the blockers in the penalty box stands, they'll have to report to the box at that point.
Thankfully, though, she does have somebody standing with her right now.
Yes.
So at least we can two-wall with Diamond to...
Yes.
So yeah, there's a 2-3 pack advantage in favor of Gatekeepers right now. Also, with that last 12-point jam, Gatekeepers have broken the century.
I see Albrecht on 40182 on the stream saying that it is not red versus black, it is red versus green. That is not the case. While they do have green in their jerseys, these are considered their black jerseys. I should know. I have been their announcers since their inception.
I may have made the mistake earlier of calling them green jerseys. So.
Oh, well, that happens. But yeah, these are technically their blacks. I mean, yeah, it's not, you're not really wrong calling them green because there is a lot of green in them. But when the jerseys were ordered, these were technically called the black jerseys. So it'll be Soul out there jamming for St. Louis. I think that might be Dr. B skulking around back there. It is Dr. B.
We got Lambo trying to make space for Dr. B. And Soul quickly shuffling his way out of the pack. And Soul having no trouble getting through there. And we have a power jam in favor of the Gatekeepers. We're calling you Soul, but it still says Metcalf.
Somebody put that into the machine wrong.
Yep. But yes, formerly skating under Metcalf.
Formerly D Mouthful.
Yes. How many name changes can one skater have over their career?
I mean, I don't think there's a limit.
No? You just will confuse the audience if you change every year.
So CBD hits out there going up against Cat Daddy. If you're just joining us, San Diego in red, St. Louis in black. 8:02 left to go here in the first half. The score 120 St. Louis, 20 San Diego.
And Cat Daddy. Both jammers are out the front. Cat Daddy trying to call it, but he is not lead. That is CBD hits.
So it looks like Cat Daddy with the lead, but they want to run this jam a bit. Looks like San Diego picked up 2, St. Louis got 1. So Grandmaster Smash now out there for the Aftershocks. Shred a Stare for St. Louis.
Timeout being called by San Diego. So if you are in-house, please go and buy some merch off of some of our teams for this weekend. I think the Gatekeepers and Arch Rival also have some fantastic merch. I know I've already picked up at least 3 or 4 t-shirts this weekend.
That is the nice thing about being the announcer for the host teams is, like, I don't spend a whole lot of money these weekends because I've already spent the monies.
Yeah, you've spent it
all the
over like a
things.
longer period of time.
Yes.
Whereas I'm like, I only get to be here for a few days. I've got to spend all of my money now.
Yeah, I pretty much have an entire drawer in my chest of drawers devoted to derby clothing. Shred a Stare, your lead jammer.
Monster Jam and Yoshi at the front, trying to hold back Smash. I look like Shred a Stare laying a little hit on there. Jammers can hit too.
I mean, yeah, sure. I don't recommend it, but they do.
Spin Diesel with the most graceful slide back there. Yes, I did just use the word graceful to describe a men's roller derby skater.
I'll allow it. To be fair, Shred a Stare are very graceful.
I mean, if you're going to have a skate name like Shred a Stare, you should look like you're dancing.
Exactly, yeah. He just glides around the track. So there'll be CBD hits out there for the Aftershocks going against Blint for the Gatekeepers. I do believe it is the first time Blint has donned the star for the Gatekeepers this game.
I don't know if Blint has donned the star much this weekend. I do believe there was at least a star pass or two in some of the previous games. Everyone coming to visit us at Announcer's Corner. We love people to say hello, but please make sure it's not during the game.
Yes. So Gatekeepers successfully draw the track cut on CBD hits. So a power jam here for St. Louis. Blint on the scoring chart.
3-4 pack advantage right now as San Diego has a blocker in the bin. And Gatekeepers with the smart thought to call it and then be starting on a power jam start.
So San Diego also with a blocker in the Permobile penalty box. So 4-on-3 pack advantage in favor of St. Louis with Jamie Pacquiao on the line for St. Louis.
Jamie Pacquiao having to face off against some tough hips from 28. That is Death Down Under. I think we see Murder going to the box right now. Being joined by Lambo. Fun fact, married couple getting to sit down in the box together.
That's fantastic.
They are actually very adorable, both on and off track together.
So it's the couple that commits penalties together, stays together? Is
Yes.
that how that works? Okay.
Yes.
I can see that. That's some quality time right there. 30 seconds of quality time in the penalty box.
How do you keep the spark alive? Whistles being blown, another 4 points on the board for Gatekeepers. They have held San Diego scoreless for several jams right now, and I feel with San Diego having those few penalty troubles is not being able to kind of capitalize on any space that they can get. But hopefully,
yeah, the GKs are really just one of those squads that to really have any room to work, you've got to keep all your blockers on the track because they have such great awareness of where everyone is at. And even when they're down a blocker, they can take up a whole lot of track.
yes.
Where you get the Gatekeepers in trouble defensively is when they go down 2 blockers. Then you can really get some work done.
Twinkle Toes, David Soul through for lead jammer. I hope he doesn't find that offensive, me calling him Twinkle Toes, because I think it's adorable. There was a little hit it and quit it, 4 points on the board for St. Louis.
So Grandmaster Smash on the jam line for San Diego, went up against Cat Daddy for St. Louis. 4-on-3 pack advantage in favor of St. Louis. Looks like Diamond sitting in the penalty box over there.
Cat Daddy being drawn back to turn 4 there by the pivot for San Diego. And a Monster Jam, last line of defense, but it is a power jam for San Diego. A lead jammer for San Diego.
So a star pass to Monster Jam. Directional call on number 92, Slick Shoes, headed to the penalty box.
Monster Jam taking a hit there, but foot firmly planted on the outside, staying in bounds.
Oh, and now a forearm call on Smash. So now a power jam for Monster Jam. 2-minute jam coming ahead. We're right at the 1 minute mark so far in this one. And again, a lone blocker on the track for San Diego, now joined by, was that Slug?
That is number 12, Slug, yes. So Monster Jam, not traditionally a jammer, but has been a very solid presence in that blocking collective that Gatekeepers have had. So it's really nice to see him wearing the star.
I mean, there is a reason they give him that pivot. He does, during local league, do some jamming here and there, but mainly out there as a pivot.
So I do believe that might be Girl Folks at home saying a monster hates this so much.
Yes.
And somebody saying also drink to celebrate monster suffering.
Yes. I like the hand fake too. The throw the jazz hand out there like you're going to go that direction. And it looks like Brawl coming out the center track for an official review. So that jam comes to an end, and that's going to do it for the first half.
But we will be having some kind of official review, hopefully in the halftime once they've had a little conflab, a little chit chat. We can get that information to you. But we are going to leave you guys for before turning your eyes to your screen. You've got about 20 seconds.
It's the last half
Yep.
of the last game of the last day of Sibling Rivalry 2023.
Yep. It has been a phenomenal tournament.
Our lovely stream person, Riley or Katra, very happy to hear that this is almost over. So we're back in action. CBD hits out there for San Diego. Shred a stare for St. Louis. Getting a penalty right off the bat. Let's see what the call is. I think it's going to be a jammer penalty.
Body's
It
hitting
is.
the floor. Yep, San Diego's jammer CBD hits it going into the penalty box, giving Shredder Stare a little power jam on this first jam of the second half.
Eight points so far this jam for Shred a Stare. CBD hits rejoins play. Power jam comes to an end. Both teams at full strength.
And we see a little bit of jammer blocking going on there. CBD hits trying to make their way through the pack sneakily. So Nix-a-Lot delivering a hit, but Shredder Stare knowing what's going on, calling that off. Looks like there's a penalty box. Looks like there is an issue with our scoreboard because it's saying we are in the intermission.
Oh.
Or what did say we were in intermission. Technology is always our friend.
And we're back to the Black Mirror references. New season on Netflix.
I watched a lot of the old seasons very, very long ago. Some of it was a little too accurate for my liking. There is a particular episode I'll probably talk to you about off mic where I was like, this is supposed to be fiction, but no, it is actually reality.
Yeah. Sibling Rivalry's charity we were working with is Promo, Missouri's LGBTQ plus public policy and advocacy organization. Their mission is to advance equality and protect the human welfare and civil rights of LGBTQ plus persons in Missouri through education, advocacy, and collaboration. Their vision, Promo envisions a Missouri where everyone has full equality in the hearts and minds of others and in all areas of the law, regardless of sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender. If you're interested in getting involved or donating, you can find them online at Promo. Just look up Promo. It's going to be the first thing that comes up. And see what you can do to help out the LGBTQ plus community.
As I said in a previous game, roller derby tries to be as an inclusive sport as possible, and it's wonderful to see St. Louis Gatekeepers and arch rival roller derby having this as one of our charities. It is vitally important that these kind of charities are receiving funds in order to keep protecting members of the LGBTQ plus community. So this is currently a timeout while we work out some little bugs and kinks in our technology system. If you are in-house, is a really good time to go and buy that last-minute merch gift. You know, if you're going home from somewhere, it's always nice to come, you know, bring your father maybe a gift of a roller derby piece of merch, or, you know, maybe a sister or a niece or a nephew, or, you know, just buy some merch for people to make them feel that they were here at this fantastic tournament.
I made the same mistake I always do. Waited till the last day. Went to the Malmo table. No 2X large. So no shirt for Hammer. Hammer sad. Wanted a Malmo
Hammer.
shirt, and as usual, I blew it.
Well, next tournament, I will remind you to go and get a Malmo shirt on the first day.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Because I need an adult, because I am not one.
I will try an adult for the both of us.
I appreciate you.
However, I do also have to shepherd two humans around sometimes. So
They're probably better behaved than I am.
it depends how much sugar they've consumed or how much alcohol you've consumed.
That's fair. So we're about to get back into action. Static Shock out there for St. Louis. And Dr. B out there for San Diego.
Static Shock out and round on that outside line. Meanwhile, lots of people were spread out of the pack there. GateKeepers trying to blow up some walls. Static Shock did pick up 2 points there. I do appreciate the referees using the bullhorns as the 2 points. It definitely helps me able to visualize what point spread actually is.
They're actually just heavy metal fans. They're rocking out.
I mean, I also appreciate it for that. I'm pretty sure if Wrecking Bill was still in the venue, he'd be doing the power horns back.
So CBD hits your lead jammer for San Diego. Jamie Pacquiao out shortly thereafter.
And some speed skating going on the track right now. Lambo trying to disrupt some of that wall, and that is a 3-point pass for San Diego. Nice to see them getting some points back on that board.
All right, back in action, and that is
Grandmaster Smash and the artist formerly known as Metcalf.
Oh.
We prioritize the safety of our skaters and our volunteers.
I think it's looking like the strap on his hockey helmet may have actually broke. So his return will be questionable at this point. Yeah, it looks like the loop on his left ear. If you're familiar with how hockey masks work, there's loops underneath the ears that the chin strap is attached to, and it looks like the left strap, the left loop underneath his ear actually snapped. So that may be the last we see of Mr. Soul this game. Cat Daddy now out there jamming for St. Louis. And a power jam. Dr. B takes a seat in the penalty box.
Last line of defense is Lambo off feet. He's Cat Daddy trying to push through. But lead jammer has been assessed to Cat Daddy.
So a forearm call on Murda. Will also take a seat in the penalty box.
Cat Daddy just inching his way through to pick up that 4 points. Cat Daddy being taken to the inside there and calling it off.
There at the end of the jam, Sir Nix-a-Lot picked up a penalty. I didn't see what the call was, but he'll take a seat. So each team down one blocker to start this jam. That's Grandmaster Smash out there for San Diego and Shred Astaire for St. Louis.
Shred Astaire with the hustle and through for lead jammer. Oh, seeing Bugogi racing to the front to try and get Shred before he made a clean escape out of the pack, but not quite there.
So a back block call on Shred Astaire. Power jam now for San Diego.
And this is most definitely what San Diego are looking for. But they do have 2 blockers in the box. And it looks like we've had a star pass. I see the star in the hand of True Blocker. Is Jar Jar Bwinks up against True Blocker? Just making my little Star Wars heart happy.
Me's gonna watch some Derby.
That is the second Jar Jar Binks impression I have heard
Well,
this
you
weekend.
don't want me doing Chewbacca, so. So the power jam comes to an end. Shred Astaire back out there putting points on the board for St. Louis. Meanwhile, Spin Diesel with the slow drag of True Blocka all the way back to turn 2.
We can see San Diego trying to provide some offense for True Blocker there.
So even with the penalty, Shred Astaire able to put 16 on the board to San Diego's 0. A defensive clinic during that jam by St. Louis.
I feel like they know a little bit about killing jammers' dreams.
So CBD hits out there. He's going to be your lead jammer for San Diego. Static Shock out there for St. Louis.
And we see 101 for GateKeepers saying hi to one of our referees. Please save the hugs for the after party.
Yeah. Boy, CBD hits is so fast.
And that is a jam that has made San Diego happy. 8 points on the board. And a lovely little apex jump with the call off there. So just looking at the stream, we have Sammy D's saying, thank you for streaming Great Derby. Sammy, it is good to see you making some comments on. We miss you and hope to see you back on skates playing for a team at some point. Meanwhile, on skates right now is Jamie Pacquiao as your lead jammer for St. Louis.
So Spin Diesel picks up a low block there. Going to sit in the penalty box.
Spin Diesel was standing outside and just be like, that was me. Okay, yeah,
Yep.
I did a bad.
He's going to have 30 seconds to reflect on his transgressions.
Naughty blocker is naughty, and the naughty jammer is naughty. It looks like a back block for Dr. B.
That has really been the story of this game, is San Diego's penalty woes.
I'm hoping we don't see anybody fouling out of this game, but this has been a very penalty heavy game, so we will see if we are able to retain all of our blockers and jammers in this game.
Let's just notice that there is still 20 minutes to go in this half.
And up next to Jam, it looks like we have David Soul. Glad to see that we could get the equipment malfunction fixed, possibly by a new helmet. We will let you know. I get the feeling he might have picked up a new helmet. Yep, safety is number one, and having a well-fitting helmet that doesn't pop off your head is definitely an important part of this.
You got to protect Joe Noggin.
I think his wife Jill would be quite happy that his head is intact.
Yes. But I don't know. Maybe David's got a really nice life insurance policy. I don't know. It's just one of those things you got to ask
Let's
yourself.
not find out. Jill, have you been tampering with his skate helmet?
If Jill's watching at home, she's probably calling somebody right now. I need to get an insurance policy. So we got some refs over at the San Diego bench. I'm not sure what happened, but
So we are currently seeing a big old hug going on the track between San Diego and GateKeepers. And here we see the players in their natural habitat. Look, as they gently rest their arms on one another in a show of solidarity. See, that's the impression I can do. I'll do David Attenborough. I won't do Jar Jar Binks.
that's fair. That's a Jurassic Park guy, right?
It's his brother.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we got Richard Attenborough,
Yeah.
and then we got David Attenborough.
Spared no expense. Ooh. There might be some thunder outside.
You thought it was lightning on track?
Yeah.
Take a look outside in St. Louis.
Yeah, we do have some storms rolling through this afternoon.
And I am hoping that my flight doesn't get delayed because of that.
So some funny, some interesting information. This rink that we are playing in right now used to be an outdoor track.
Oh.
This was an outdoor track, a polished concrete, and then many years ago, they actually just built this pavilion over top of it.
Okay. That guy's here. I'd love to be watching this on polished concrete. Looking to polish their wheels on the track, we have Cat Daddy and CBD Hits. Cat Daddy up the front. Monster Jam trying to hustle some space. Lots of bodies on the floor and a lead jammer for GateKeepers. Not only lead jammer, but we are in a power jam situation once more. I think Brawl might have wanted them to call it off there.
Maybe, yeah, maybe a little bit. Brawl certainly not shy. Let's put it that way.
Or quiet.
No.
She has fantastic projection. Oh,
Oh, yeah. We got
fantastic projection. from
storms
the
right on
lungs.
top of us right now. We've got Bob Dunnell and Weathercopter 5 giving us a look at the Doppler radar on his phone.
And now sports.
Yes. Shred Astaire, the lone jammer on the track for the Gatekeepers. Power start. Only 2 blockers for San Diego right now. The Permobile penalty box getting a lot of work this game.
Shred almost looking like bending the laws of time and physics to get through.
If you were out there watching at home and you were thinking about sponsoring roller derby, might I suggest you sponsor the penalty box because it gets used a lot.
Yes.
Just saying. Uh, 31 Gizmo 31 asking, are these vids going to be available for rewatching after? Yes, basically as soon as the live feeds ends, you'll be able to go back and look at them. But then they will also be edited, cut up into the individual games and posted on YouTube in the next several days on our Gatekeepers channel on YouTube.
Shred was taking a little lie down as he called it off there. Score currently stands San Diego 41, Gatekeepers 235. We've got just over 15 minutes left in the second half.
So it's Static Shock for St. Louis against CBD Hits for San Diego.
True blocker knocking them out. And that's the sneaky one getting through. That is CBD Hits. CBD Hits calling it. We had a star pass there to Blint.
I actually do believe we have had a foul out because it looks like it appears that Murda is now sitting over in the stands.
We will get a confirmation of that hopefully at some point. We've got Dr. B as lead jammer for San Diego. And everyone is just racing around the track. Dr. B hitting the track there and getting around. Sir Nix-a-Lot might have just tripped up one of the referees.
You're supposed to hit the guys in red, Nix. The guys in red, not the ones in black and white.
Don't hurt the zebras. We don't want them to become an endangered species.
No. That was incidental contact, so no expulsion. There are rules in place that if you hit a referee and it is deemed to have been avoidable contact, you can be removed from the game. Obviously, that's not the case there. That was completely incidental.
Metcalf just taking that tiny inch on the inside line and through for lead. Monster Jam and Spin Diesel were at the front there and realized that they were way, way away from the pack and should let go.
So 3 points there for Seoul. So it'll be CBD Hits out there for San Diego, Cat Daddy for St. Louis. If you're just joining us, San Diego in red, St. Louis in black.
With the green accents.
That's right, with the green accents.
Lots of hustle on track right now. CBD Hits trying to do CBD Hits was trying to get through there. I think they might have picked up 2 penalties.
I do believe so. It looked like the referee was signaling 2, so he'll sit for a full minute for Cat Daddy to go to work. Jar Jar Bwink's out there like a wrecking ball trying to make holes for Cat Daddy.
Gatekeepers bench signifying to call it, so they will start with a power jam start.
So with those 2 penalties, CBD Hits has fouled out of the game. So down a jammer now. Power jam in effect for Shred a Stare in St. Louis.
Shred with the 4 points in the air. And Shred just ducking down. Big hit there by True Blocker. Both of them having a little laugh as they get back on the track. We have just over 10 minutes left in this game. If you are in St. Louis, don't forget there is an after party at Bar PM. If you keep your wristband, you should get some drink discounts. I think there's karaoke starting at 7.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
An exclusive party room, and there is food.
Yes, food will be provided.
What could you want from an after party? And a back block being given. Is that Lambo?
It is Lambo.
So a little jammer switcheroo going on there. But neither of them are lead. So this will be a full 2-minute jam. I think an out-of-play block being assessed there for Aftershocks. Ooh. And there is so many bodies just lying down on the floor. It's been a long day, a long weekend. Getting a little reverse round. Aftershock picking up another 4 there. So I think Lambo has done a lot of jamming in previous seasons for different teams. So nice to see them wearing the star again.
Mm-hmm. Now we got a timeout called by San Diego. You can't take them back home with you. You might as well use them.
Yep. Also, each team gets an official review each period. So sometimes teams like to use that as a little timeout.
And look at that, the Permobile penalty box empty.
Let's keep it that way.
A lot of time left. I don't think that's going to happen. Just saying.
But, you know, it would be nice if we could.
I'm so conflicted at this point at any event because I want it to be over because I'm exhausted, but I don't want it to be over because the Derby's been so much fun.
So the way I feel is I want to have it all again the next weekend. I'm tired, but I could, you know, I need a couple of days rest and then I'll do it all over again.
Yeah, I don't really get that this week because I turn around and fly to Milwaukee on Tuesday for work, so.
My condolences.
But I do get to go to Milwaukee, so that's nice.
Get some cheese curds while you're there.
Oh,
delicious.
Duh. So Jamie Pacquiao, your lead jammer, St. Louis. I believe that's Mr. B out there for San Diego. Sorry, Dr. B.
Yes, don't forget that he got his PhD,
Yes.
so it's
Dr. B.
doctor.
The doctor is in.
Looks like we had a jam ref calling a penalty for an opposing for a blocker, and then going, "Oh yeah, I'm jam ref. You want to call it off? Okay, cool."
Yeah. So each team with a blocker in the Permobile penalty box. It's going to be Cat Daddy out there for St. Louis.
And True Blocker out there for San Diego.
I believe this is the first time True Blocker is going to be jamming to start.
Yes.
I believe he has received a star pass at least once earlier in this game.
Oh, it looks like they have pulled Cat Daddy and put Soul up. Even if
Nope.
it's saying Metcalf, his name is now Soul. Oh, True Blocker
Ooh,
just
nice.
sneaking through the inside there. Looks like a big penalty being called there. I don't know if it's fair to say that this has been a really physical game. But I feel like the blockers probably feel like it's a physical game.
So 274 to 57 your score, 5:33 to go here in the second half. The waning moments of the 2023 iteration of Sibling Rivalry. The last game of the day.
I sure hope that we have a Sibling Rivalry 2024 because it's been such a fantastic tournament.
I can tell you that talks have already begun of dates for next year, so you can expect to see this to be back next year.
Honestly, I think that we blinked and missed that last jam.
So Shred Astaire, the jammer for St. Louis. I think that's True Blocka again out there for San Diego.
True Blocker trying to replicate what he'd done for the last jam. And it looks like GateKeepers have a lot of blockers in the in the penalty bin right now.
Gatekeepers blockers retired, so they went over to sit in the penalty box for a little while. So static shock out there for St. Louis. Dr. B is your lead jammer for San Diego.
Nice little toast-up work on the outside line to get through. Dr. B being told to call that.
So Jamie Pacquiao, the jammer for St. Louis. Trublaka out there for San Diego. Oh, track cut on Trublaka. So power jam now for St. Louis. And Jamie Pacquiao is going to be your lead jammer.
Evie holding a point back there, and Yoshi breaking up that wall at the front. Jamie Pacquiao looking for the gap, finding it on the outside line and through for another 4 points.
Power jam comes to an end as Trublaka back on the track.
Yoshi being sent for a penalty there. And it looks like Jamie Pacquiao was being called on a penalty there. So we have a power jam in favor of Trublaka.
Not sure, but that might be 7 for Yoshi. St. Louis now with a full penalty box.
Evie just a little shrug hit. Oh! And receiving a big hit himself. We might have been saying earlier on about wanting to see how many penalties there were for this weekend. I feel like this game alone would be a large number of penalties.
So Lambo picked up a penalty there at the end of the jam, and I see MC Ninja giving him 2.
So, sorry, 57 penalties for Aftershocks for this game and 39 for GK. So, yeah, that's a lot of penalties that they have been.
I mean, 39 is not good, but when you're the lesser of the two with 39, that's really not good. So I do believe Lambo has fouled out. Yoshi has fouled out. So we've now up to three foul outs?
4.
4? Okay, so 3 for San Diego, 1 for St. Louis? Okay.
Yep.
See, I told you I can't math. I'm glad you're here. I need an adult. So official timeout as they're going to get all these penalties squared away, make sure everything's accounted for properly.
Yeah, we're wanting to make sure that everything is accurate for paperwork.
So Dr. B will be the lone jammer here for San Diego. He may be the lone jammer left on San Diego's roster. Dr. B, your lead jammer. Power jam comes to an end. Jamie Pacquiao quickly clears the pack on the initial pass. A 3-on-2 pack advantage in favor of San Diego at the moment.
But we do see Gatekeepers knocking Dr. B back onto turn 4.
Dr. B calling that jam off.
And it looks like that was the final jam. We have an unofficial score, San Diego with 75, Gatekeepers with 290. I feel like it's safe to say that the Gatekeepers may have won that. However, San Diego put up such a fantastic fight there. Lots of blood, sweat and tears felt. None left on the track, which is the thankful thing.
Yes.
But this is now the final score. 290 to the Gatekeepers, 75 to San Diego. And that is our final game of the weekend done. What more can we say?
It's been an absolute pleasure to call this game with you.
It's been fantastic to call with you too.
It's so great to work together again. It's been too long, far too long.
Far too long. Thank you for joining us. And if you are in St. Louis, come say hi to people at the after party. If you aren't in St. Louis, we hope to see you at a derby tournament soon.
For Go-Go Boots, I am Star Spangled Hammer. Good night. God bless.